My name is Astrid. I live with my parents and my sister, Ingrid. Ingrid is very beautiful and smart, and our parents have always adored her. I, on the other hand, have always felt like I'm invisible to my parents. My parents often tell me, "Hiding in your room again? You're such a lazy youth. Don't think we'll be around forever." They make it clear that they don't expect much from me and see me as a burden. They label me as lazy and don't take me seriously. One day, my sister Ingrid came to talk to me. "Poor thing," she said, "you're neither cute nor exceptionally talented. Don't you ever wonder what you're living for?" I replied, "I'm happy with my life, so don't say weird things." "Oh well, as you please," Ingrid said, "but let me tell you something great." "Something great? What is it?" I asked. "I'm getting married to a very handsome and wealthy man," she announced. "That's good for you," I responded. "Jealous, aren't you?" "You'll never get married," she said smugly. Ingrid assumed I couldn't get married and kept bragging about herself. But I'm not particularly interested in marriage, so whether I get married or not doesn't matter to me. I was planning to attend my sister's wedding since she's family, but then she said, "What? You're coming to my wedding?" "Yeah, is that a problem?" I asked. "Of course, it's a problem," she said. "If a lazy youth like you comes, it'll ruin the ceremony." "What's a lazy youth?" I asked. "A lazy youth is just that. You can't do anything and you're completely useless," she said. "Why are you saying such horrible things?" "I just want to celebrate your wedding," I said. "I don't need your congratulations." "Don't come," she demanded. My sister despised me and repeatedly told me not to come. Mother and father also said that a lazy youth like me shouldn't come. But I thought it would be a problem for my sister if no family members were there, so I decided to attend. On the wedding day, as I was walking in my dress, my parents saw me. "What are you doing here?" "We told you not to come to the wedding," they yelled. Hearing the commotion, my sister approached us. "Why is a lazy youth like you here?" "I didn't invite you," she said. "But if there's no family, it might look suspicious. I thought it would be better for you if I was here," I explained. "Why are you thinking unnecessary things? Your existence is a secret to the other family, you know," she said. "What?" I was shocked. "You didn't know about the family dinner, did you?" "We didn't invite you," she sneered. "Why would you do something so cruel?" I asked, feeling hurt. "This is only natural. You'd just be in the way. If we said we have a lazy youth in our family, the marriage might be called off. That's why we didn't invite you," she explained. I couldn't believe how cruel my family was being. They laughed at me, and I felt more invisible and worthless than ever. My sister laughed hysterically as she said this, and my parents were smirking. The three of them had conspired together. Seeing their determination to erase my existence, I became deeply saddened. "Get out, you useless bottom-feeder idle youth," my sister yelled at me with fury. I realized that nothing I said would matter to my family anymore. So, I reluctantly decided to leave the venue. "I'm going home then." "Goodbye," I said. Laughter. My family pointed and laughed at me as I said this. Holding back my frustration, someone called out to me on the way. "Boss, good work today." Good work." "Wait, what are you wearing?" the person asked. "Yes, I'm the one getting married. Didn't you know?" I replied, confused. "What? Wait, how do you know Frederick, and what's this about being the boss?" my sister asked, bewildered. "Also, for you, this person is the president of my company," Frederick added. "No way, you're the president," my sister exclaimed. "What's your relationship with Ingrid?" Frederick asked. "She's my sister," I answered. "What? Ingrid is your sister? But I didn't see you at the family greeting," Frederick said, confused. "Well, my sister didn't take me to the greeting," I explained. "Why would she do such a thing?" Frederick asked, looking shocked. She thought I was a bottom-feeder idle youth, I said. Ingrid, is this true? Frederick yelled at my sister. Wait, but she's always in her room just staring at her computer. I never thought she was working, my sister said, trembling, but Frederick continued to be angry. Don't joke around. The boss gives us precise instructions from home. She's a skilled executive. Frederick defended me. Frederick's furious defense finally made my sister realize the gravity of what she had done. I didn't know, Astrid.
I'm sorry.
I never thought, my sister said, looking remorseful. It's fine, sister. I understand what kind of person you are now. I'm going home, so I'll call the limousine, I said. A limousine? A luxury car, my sister exclaimed. Boss, are you leaving? Frederick asked. Yes, it seems I'm not welcome here, I said. As I said that, Frederick became very angry with my sister. Hey, what are you doing, Ingrid? How dare you speak to the boss like that? He shouted. But I didn't know. How can you blame me for not knowing? My sister pleaded. Ignorance is no excuse. Boss, I apologize for Ingrid's rudeness, Frederick said. It's fine. She's my family, so you don't have to apologize, I said. No, I'll take responsibility and call off the marriage with Ingrid, Frederick declared. What, Frederick, what are you saying? My sister cried. Quiet. I can't forgive someone who disrespects the boss, Frederick said angrily. Why are you so angry? Yes, I said terrible things to Astrid, but it's strange for you to be so angry about it, my sister said. You see, I owe the boss a lot, Frederick explained. I kept changing jobs and my work history was a mess. I couldn't get hired anywhere, and the only places left were companies that ignored workers' rights and welfare, forcing people to work in unfair conditions. Just when I was about to give up and take a job at one of those places, my application was accepted, and I got an interview at the boss's company, Frederick recounted, talking about when he first got hired at my company. It brings back memories. I remember that happening. The boss said she wanted to see me, not my resume. After talking with me for a while, she understood who I was and hired me. The boss's company offers fair working conditions and values me properly, meaning the boss changed my life, Frederick recounted. Is that so? I didn't know. Wow, what a wonderful story, my sister said, desperately trying to get on Frederick's good side. However, Frederick saw through her cunning plan and became even angrier. It's obvious you're trying to win me over, but I have no intention of forgiving the disrespect you showed to the boss, Frederick said, his genuine anger leaving my sister trembling. Please don't cancel the wedding. Come on, father, mother, say something, my sister pleaded. But my parents were just cowering and didn't seem to want to help. We didn't mean to blame Astrid as much as Ingrid did. That's right, this is all your own doing, they said, trying to distance themselves from the situation. What? Well, the idea of the wedding being cancelled. My sister was crying and screaming. Frederick calmly explained what would happen next. If we cancel the wedding, there will be a cancellation fee. If we cancel on the same day, it will be 100%, Frederick said. What? 100%? How much money is that? My sister asked, panic in her voice. Well, the total cost of the wedding was $50,000, so it would be $50,000, Frederick explained. What? I have to pay $50,000 even if it's canceled? That's how cancellation fees work, Frederick replied. No way, then we should just continue with the wedding, my sister suggested. Sorry, but I won't do that. I can't forgive what you said to the boss, and I expect you would continue to speak abusively if we got married. I can't live with someone so dangerous, Frederick said firmly. Dangerous? Han, please. My sister begged. What do you think, boss? Frederick turned to me, and I calmly replied, she's saying this now, but she's just saying what sounds good to get through this situation. If you get married, She'll surely start abusing you too, saying things like, it's lazy not to do housework just because you're working, or being a homemaker is hard, so help with the chores. I see. Then it's better to call off the marriage, Frederick agreed. Hey, don't say such unnecessary things. I almost had him convinced. My sister snapped. Did you hear that? She said, convinced. That's not a word you use with someone you're going to marry, is it? I pointed out. I think so. I think it's better to call off the marriage, Frederick said, walking away. Wait, don't go, Frederick. Astrid, what are you doing? My wedding is ruined. My sister yelled at me. Don't blame me. It's your own fault. It's what you deserve, I replied calmly. If you hadn't come to the wedding venue in the first place, none of this would have happened. It's your fault. Take responsibility and bring Frederick back right now, my sister demanded. I understand how you feel, but Frederick seems to have lost his will to marry. If you get married in this state, it will only be painful for both of you. I think it's better to call it off, I said, trying to reason with her. What should I do then? You heard the cancellation fee, right? He said $50,000. That's a huge amount, my sister said, panicking. Yes, it is. Even if we split the cancellation fee, it's $20,000 each. No, if they say it's my fault, I might have to pay the whole amount, she continued, her worry evident. Well, that's a possibility. But what can you do? You've done enough to deserve it, I said, feeling little sympathy. Hey, I just said some harsh words. To cancel the wedding over that is too much. Don't tell me it's Frederick's decision, she pleaded. Hey, father, mother, say something. When my sister turned to our parents, they suddenly became very friendly towards me. Well, I never knew Astrid had become a boss. Oh my, as a mother, I'm so proud, my mother said, trying to sound affectionate. No, I always believed in Astrid. She's a real go-getter. From now on, let's live relying on Astrid's money, my father added, clearly seeing an opportunity. Relying on my money? You must be joking, I replied, incredulous. They had also been verbally abusive to me, so I didn't want to spend money on them. Sorry, but I don't want to live with my family anymore. I'm going home now to look for an apartment to live alone, I announced. What? Why? We've been living together all this time. Why suddenly live alone? My mother asked, shocked. I lived with you because I believed in something called family bonds. I thought that if we lived together, you might understand my job someday. But the result was different. You never understood my job and even insulted me. And now you want to rely on my money. Would you want to live with such people? I explained. I understand. I'm sorry. From now on, I'll cherish you. Please continue living with us, okay? My mother pleaded. I said no, didn't I? I don't want to live with you anymore. I reiterated firmly. Even though I said that, my parents kept insisting. What if we kick Ingrid out of the house? Then you'll live with us, right? My father suggested. What? Wait, father, what are you saying? My sister exclaimed. Shut up. I was a fool to expect anything from you. We'd be better off living with Astrid than with you, my father said coldly. It was the moment he abandoned my sister. As a family member, I didn't want to witness such a cruel moment. Father, just so you know, I hate people who abandon others so easily the most, I said. What? What are you saying? My father asked, bewildered. People like that will eventually flip-flop on me too, so I can't live with them, I stated. No way, my father muttered, stunned. Hey, you stupid husband, what are you doing failing to lure her in? My mother scolded him. Shut up, he snapped back. While my parents were arguing, Frederick returned, now dressed in casual clothes. What's going on? You still fighting? Frederick asked. Frederick, I can't believe you really went to change, my sister said, astonished. I told you I would, didn't I? What are you talking about?
Fredrik replied.
Are you really going to call off the wedding? I hate this. Why is this happening? My sister wailed. Yeah, just so you know, you're the cause, so you'll have to bear the full cancellation fee. I've already talked to our parents about it, Fredrik said calmly. What? That's terrible. It's not just my fault, is it? My sister protested. Sis, no matter how you look at it, it's your fault, I said, and Fredrik nodded in agreement. Hey, you be quiet, my sister shouted. How dare you tell the boss to be quiet? I won't tolerate any more insults to the boss, Fredrik snapped back. Wait, please wait, my sister pleaded. Boss, have you called the limo yet? Fredrik asked me. No, I got caught up in talking and forgot to call, I admitted. Then I'll call it. I need to go home too, Fredrik said, starting to make the call. Wait a minute, please reconsider, my sister begged. Reconsider? What's going to change? I don't love you anymore, you know, Fredrik replied. Don't say that. It was my fault. I promise I won't say anything terrible to Astrid again, my sister pleaded. We've had this conversation many times. Enough already, Fredrik said firmly. Boss, I've called the limo. It'll be here soon, Fredrik informed me. Then let's wait outside. I'll go change too, I said. Wait, Astrid, let's talk. My sister pleaded again. There's nothing to talk about, I replied. Wait, Astrid, father and mother are begging too. Without you, we'll have to rely on Ingrid's money, my sister said, trying to appeal to me. But Ingrid will pay the cancellation fee and run out of money. We won't be able to live properly, my parents added. Father, mother, if you need money, why don't you get a part-time job or something? I suggested. No way. I don't want to work at this age, my father protested. It's okay. There are still people working even in their 75s, and you both are still in your 65s, right? You're still energetic, I pointed out. That's not the problem. My body is heavy and it's hard to move, and you're telling me to work? My mother exclaimed. Yes, I said firmly. No way, my father shouted. Are we done here? I'm going to change, so don't talk to me anymore. After I get home, I'll pack my bags and stay at a hotel for now. I have no intention of dealing with you ever again, I declared. Hey, wait for me. Please don't go. Don't abandon us, Astrid. My sister and parents were screaming, but I quickly changed and left the venue. Afterward, I rode home in the limo Fredrik called, packed my bags, and headed to a hotel. I looked up apartments at the hotel, signed a lease right away, and completely cut ties with my family. Ingrid ended up having to pay the $50,000 wedding cancellation fee, and my parents were so angry that they disowned her. In the end, my parents ran out of money and both had to work part-time. Ingrid, having nowhere else to go after being disowned, began living as a gig worker. I continued to grow my company, increase my income, and lived happily ever after.